The Quest for the Enchanted Rose. Chapter 1, The Call to Adventure. Alex sat on the edge of the cliff, staring out at the rolling hills and lush forests that stretched out before them. They had always felt a longing to explore the world beyond their small village, to see the magic and wonder that lay hidden just beyond their reach. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the landscape, Alex made a decision. They would set out on a quest to find the Enchanted Rose, a legendary flower said to grant its bearer unimaginable power and riches. Packing a small bag with provisions and supplies, Alex set out on their journey. As they walked through the village, they couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and nervousness. This was the first time they had ever ventured beyond the safety of their home. As Alex made their way through the forest, the trees grew taller and the air grew colder. They could feel the magic in the air, and knew they were getting closer to their destination. It was then that they saw her. Aria, a beautiful and mysterious traveler, appeared from behind a tree. She wore a long cloak and carried a staff, and Alex was immediately struck by her aura of power and grace. "Who are you?" Alex asked, trying to hide the excitement in their voice. "I am Aria," she replied. "And I see that you are on a quest. Perhaps we can help each other." Alex felt their hearts skip a beat. This was it, the adventure they had been dreaming of. With a smile, they nodded and set off with Aria by their side. They knew that this was just the beginning of an epic journey full of danger, magic, and romance. Chapter 2, The Journey Begins. As Alex and Aria journeyed deeper into the enchanted forest, they encountered all manner of obstacles and dangers. They had to cross treacherous ravines and streams, avoid deadly traps, and fend off dangerous creatures. Despite the hardships, Alex was exhilarated by the adventure. They had never felt so alive, and they couldn't help but feel a growing attraction to Aria. Her courage, intelligence, and beauty captivated them, and they found themselves drawn to her more with each passing day. As they made camp one night, Aria noticed that Alex had been staring at her for some time. She turned to them and smiled. "Is something on your mind?" she asked. Alex hesitated for a moment, then decided to take a chance. "I was just thinking about how amazing this journey has been so far, and how glad I am that you're here with me." Aria smiled again, and Alex felt their hearts skip a beat. They were surprised to feel a surge of emotion that they couldn't quite explain. Was this what it felt like to be in love? As they settled in for the night, Alex couldn't help but think about Aria. They wondered if she felt the same way, or if they were just imagining things. The next day, as they continued on their journey, they encountered a dangerous creature that blocked their path. It was a giant serpent with razor-sharp teeth and venomous fangs. Alex and Aria knew they had to be careful, or they could be killed. With Aria's magic and Alex's skill with a sword, they fought the serpent with all their might. It was a fierce battle, but in the end, they emerged victorious. As they caught their breath, Alex and Aria looked at each other, smiling with relief and pride. It was in that moment that Alex realized they were falling in love with Aria. They felt a sense of joy and happiness that they had never experienced before, and they knew that this adventure was going to change their life forever. Chapter 3, A New Ally. As Alex and Aria continued their journey, they encountered a group of travelers who were being attacked by bandits. Alex and Aria jumped in to help, fighting off the attackers with their swords and magic. One of the travelers, a skilled archer named Finn, was especially grateful for their help. He explained that he was on a quest of his own, searching for a rare gemstone that would grant him unimaginable power. He offered to join Alex and Aria on their journey, as their paths seemed to be aligned. Alex and Aria welcomed Finn into their group, grateful for the extra help and companionship. As they traveled together, They learned more about each other's strengths and weaknesses, and formed a strong bond of trust and friendship. One night, as they sat around the campfire, Finn opened up to Alex and Aria about his past. He revealed that he had lost his family to a band of raiders when he was young, and had been on a quest for revenge ever since. Alex and Aria were moved by Finn's story, and they could see the pain and determination in his eyes. They knew that he was a valuable ally, and that they could help him achieve his goal while they searched for the Enchanted Rose. As they journeyed together, Alex, Aria, and Finn encountered many more dangers and obstacles, but they faced them all with bravery and determination. They were becoming a formidable team, and they knew that they would need all their skills and magic to find the Enchanted Rose and overcome whatever challenges lay ahead.
The Quest for the Enchanted Rose. Chapter 4: The Temple of the Enchanted Rose. After weeks of travel and many challenges, Alex, Aria, and Finn finally arrived at the location of the Enchanted Rose, a temple hidden deep within the heart of the forest. The temple was ancient and mysterious, with intricate carvings and symbols covering every surface. As they entered the temple, they were greeted by a series of traps and puzzles that tested their wits and skills. They worked together to solve the puzzles and avoid the traps, but they soon realized that they were not alone. There were other adventurers who had also come to find the Enchanted Rose, and they were not friendly. The other adventurers were fierce and determined, and they were willing to do whatever it took to get their hands on the Enchanted Rose. Alex, Aria, and Finn knew that they had to be careful and stay on guard. They worked their way through the temple, encountering many more obstacles and dangers. But finally, they reached the heart of the temple, where the Enchanted Rose was said to be hidden. As they entered the chamber, they were awed by the sight before them. The Enchanted Rose was a beautiful flower, glowing with a soft pink light. It was surrounded by a magical aura that pulsed with power and energy. Alex, Aria, and Finn approached the Enchanted Rose, each feeling a sense of wonder and awe. They knew that this flower held the power to change their lives and the world around them forever. But as they reached out to touch the Enchanted Rose, they were suddenly attacked by the other adventurers who had followed them into the chamber. A fierce battle ensued, with swords clashing and magic flying. In the end, Alex, Aria, and Finn emerged victorious. They had fought bravely and skillfully, using all their talents and abilities to defeat their opponents. As they stood before the Enchanted Rose, they knew that their journey was far from over, and that they would face many more challenges in the days to come. But they were ready, and they knew that they had each other to rely on. Chapter 5: The Power of the Enchanted Rose. As they held the Enchanted Rose in their hands, Alex, Aria, and Finn could feel the magical energy coursing through their bodies. They knew that this flower held immense power, and that they would need to use it wisely. They decided to take a moment to rest and regroup, to figure out what their next steps should be. As they sat around the Enchanted Rose, they talked about their dreams and aspirations, and how this flower could help them achieve their goals. Aria spoke first, sharing her desire to use the Enchanted Rose to heal the sick and injured. She had always had a passion for helping others, and she knew that this flower could help her make a real difference in the world. Finn talked about his desire for revenge, and how the power of the Enchanted Rose could help him achieve his ultimate goal. He knew that with this flower, he could take down the raiders who had killed his family, and finally bring them to justice. Alex was more reserved, not quite sure what he wanted to use the power of the Enchanted Rose for. But as he sat there, surrounded by his friends and the magical aura of the flower, he began to realize that his true goal was simply to protect those he cared about. As they talked, they began to notice something strange happening. The enchanted rose was glowing brighter and brighter, its magical aura pulsing with increasing intensity. Suddenly, the flower began to transform, its petals curling and twisting into intricate patterns. As the transformation completed, they saw that the enchanted rose had become a magical staff, shimmering with pink light. Alex, Aria, and Finn each took hold of the staff, feeling the power of the enchanted rose flow through them. They knew that this staff would help them achieve their goals, and that they would use it to protect the world and those they cared about. As they stood up and prepared to leave the temple, they knew that they had been changed forever by their quest for the enchanted rose. They were stronger, more powerful, and more determined than ever before, and they knew that their adventure was far from over. Chapter 6: The Road Ahead. With the enchanted rose in the form of a magical staff, Alex, Aria, and Finn set out on the road ahead. They knew that they had a long journey ahead of them, filled with many challenges and dangers. As they walked, they talked about their plans for the future. Aria spoke excitedly about her dream of building a clinic where she could help those in need, while Finn remained focused on his goal of revenge against the raiders. Alex was quieter, lost in thought. He knew that he had found something truly valuable in his quest for the enchanted rose, but he wasn't quite sure what it was yet. As they walked, they encountered many obstacles and dangers. They fought off bandits, navigated treacherous terrain, and battled the quest for the enchanted rose. Chapter 7: The Forbidden Forest. After their victory against the raiders, Alex, Aria, and Finn continued on their journey, searching for the next challenge that lay ahead. As they traveled, they heard rumors of a magical forest filled with secrets and mysteries that few had ever dared to explore. Despite the danger, they knew that they had to investigate the forbidden forest. They had come too far on their adventure to turn back now. As they entered the forest, they were immediately struck by its eerie beauty. The trees towered above them, their branches twisting and curling in strange shapes. The air was thick with magic, and they could feel the forest watching them as they walked. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, they encountered strange creatures and magical beings. Some were friendly, offering them guidance and advice, while others were dangerous and threatened them at every turn. Despite the danger, they pressed on, their enchanted rose staffs glowing brightly as they moved through the forest. They knew that they were getting closer to the heart of the forest, and to whatever secrets it held. Finally, they arrived at a clearing, where they found an ancient tree with gnarled roots and twisting branches. As they approached the tree, they noticed that it was surrounded by a shimmering barrier of magic. Alex, Aria, and Finn knew that they had to get past the barrier if they wanted to uncover the secrets of the forbidden forest. They concentrated their magic, channeling the power of the enchanted rose staffs into a single burst of energy. The barrier shattered, and they rushed towards the tree. As they drew closer, they saw that there was a small door set into the trunk. They opened the door and stepped inside. The interior of the tree was like nothing they had ever seen before. The walls were covered in glowing runes, and the air was filled with the hum of magic. In the center of the room was a pedestal, on which sat a small crystal. As they approached the crystal, they felt the power of the forest coursing through their bodies. They knew that this crystal held immense power, and that they had to use it wisely. As they reached out to touch the crystal, they were suddenly surrounded by a blinding light. When the light faded, they found themselves standing outside the tree once again, their enchanted rose staffs glowing brightly. They knew that they had been changed forever by their journey into the forbidden forest. They had found a new source of magic and power, and they knew that they would use it to make a real difference in the world. They left the forest behind, ready for whatever new challenges lay ahead. Chapter 8: The Dragon's Lair. Alex, Aria, and Finn continued on their journey, eager to see what new adventures lay ahead. As they traveled, they heard rumors of a dragon that terrorized a nearby village, stealing their livestock and burning their homes. Determined to help the villagers, they set out to find the dragon's lair. After days of tracking the beast, they finally arrived at a massive cave at the base of a mountain. They knew that this was where the dragon lived. Taking a deep breath, they entered the cave, their enchanted rose staffs at the ready. The air was thick with the scent of smoke and sulfur, and they could hear the dragon's deep, rumbling breaths echoing through the cavern. As they crept deeper into the cave, they saw the dragon for the first time. It was massive, with scales as black as midnight and eyes that glowed like embers. It bared its teeth and let out a deafening roar as it saw them. Alex, Aria, and Finn knew that they had to act fast if they were going to defeat the dragon. They launched a barrage of spells and attacks at the beast, but its thick scales protected it from harm. As the battle raged on, they realized that they needed a new strategy. They retreated deeper into the cave, luring the dragon after them. As they reached the back of the cave, they saw a massive pool of lava bubbling and churning. They knew that this was their chance. They launched another barrage of spells at the dragon, distracting it long enough for Alex to use his enchanted rose staff to create a barrier of ice around the lava pool. The dragon, caught off guard, stumbled and fell into the pool, disappearing beneath the molten rock. Alex, Aria, and Finn let out a cheer of victory as they emerged from the cave. They knew that they had saved the village from the dragon's terror and that they had grown stronger from their battle. As they looked out at the world around them, they knew that there were still many challenges and adventures ahead. But they were ready for anything, their enchanted rose staffs at the ready, and their hearts filled with the courage and magic of their journey so far. After their victory over the dragon, Alex, Aria, and Finn continued their journey through the mystical land, their hearts brimming with confidence and wonder. As they trekked through the forest, they came across an ancient map that showed the way to a mysterious land beyond the forbidden forest. The map warned of dangerous creatures and dark magic, but they knew that they couldn't resist the call of adventure. As they ventured deeper into the forbidden forest, they encountered strange and terrifying creatures at every turn. Alex used his enchanted rose staff to create shields and fire spells, while Aria used her staff to conjure healing spells to keep them going. Finn relied on his agility and quick reflexes to evade the creatures' attacks. As they pushed forward, they began to sense an eerie energy pulsing through the forest. They soon realized that they were being watched by a powerful force that seemed to be guiding their journey. As they reached the heart of the forest, they found themselves face to face with a dark sorcerer, who had been using the creatures to lure them in. The sorcerer challenged them to a duel, but they knew that they were no match for his dark magic. Using their wits and quick thinking, they devised a plan to outsmart the sorcerer and his minions. Alex created an illusion using his enchanted rose staff, distracting the sorcerer and giving Aria and Finn the chance to use their staffs to create a powerful barrier around him, trapping him in a cage of light. As they emerged from the forest, they knew that they had once again triumphed over the forces of darkness. But they also knew that their journey was far from over, and that there were still many challenges and adventures ahead. With their enchanted rose staffs at the ready, they set out once again, eager to see where the road would take them next. The quest for the enchanted rose. Chapter 10, The Enchanted Garden. As Alex, Aria, and Finn continued on their journey, they stumbled upon an enchanted garden that was unlike anything they had ever seen before. The garden was filled with flowers and plants of every color, and there was a serene energy that surrounded the area. As they explored the garden, they were suddenly approached by a group of fairies, who welcomed them with open arms. The fairies told them that the garden was a sanctuary for all creatures of the magical realm and that it was protected by powerful enchantments. The fairies invited Alex, Aria, and Finn to explore the garden and experience its magic. They showed them the rarest flowers, the most potent herbs, and the most exotic fruits, and each had a unique property that was imbued with magic. As they wandered through the garden, they came across a hidden glade that was guarded by a fierce dragon. The dragon was unlike any they had seen before, with a coat of shimmering emerald scales that sparkled in the sunlight. Alex, Aria, and Finn knew that they had to find a way to pass the dragon if they were going to explore the glade. They tried to use their enchanted rose staffs to distract the dragon, but the dragon was too strong. Suddenly, Aria had an idea. She used her staff to create an illusion of a rare and delicious fruit, which caught the dragon's attention. As the dragon chased after the illusion, Alex, Aria, and Finn made their way into the glade. In the glade, they found a magical pool of water that was said to have healing properties. The water was guarded by a group of nymphs who were friendly and welcoming. The nymphs invited Alex, Aria, and Finn to bathe in the pool, and they felt the magic of the water rejuvenating their bodies and spirits. They knew that they had found something special in the enchanted garden, and they were grateful for the experience. As they left the garden, they felt refreshed and renewed, with a newfound appreciation for the magic of the world around them. They knew that their journey was far from over, but they were ready to face whatever lay ahead, armed with the magic and wonder of the enchanted garden. Chapter 11, The Temple of the Sun. As Alex, Aria, and Finn continued their journey, they came across a temple that shone brilliantly in the sunlight. The temple was said to be dedicated to the sun god, and it was rumored to hold a powerful artifact that could grant immense power to whoever possessed it. The trio knew that they had to explore the temple, but they also knew that it would be dangerous. The temple was guarded by powerful guardians, and the journey inside would be treacherous. As they approached the temple, they saw that the entrance was guarded by a fierce creature with razor-sharp claws and teeth. Alex used his enchanted rose staff to create a diversion, allowing Aria and Finn to sneak past the creature undetected. Once inside the temple, they encountered a series of traps and puzzles that tested their wits and skills. They navigated through complex corridors and avoided dangerous obstacles, using their enchanted rose staffs to overcome any challenge that came their way. As they reached the inner sanctum of the temple, they found themselves face to face with the powerful guardians that protected the artifact. The guardians were massive stone statues, imbued with the power of the sun god. Finn used his agility to avoid the guardians' attacks, while Aria used her staff to create barriers and deflect the statues' powerful blows. Alex used his staff to summon powerful beams of light, which weakened the guardians and allowed the trio to deliver the final blow. As they retrieved the artifact, they felt a surge of power and energy coursing through their bodies. They knew that they had gained a powerful weapon, but they also knew that they had to use it wisely. With the artifact in their possession, they left the temple and continued their journey, knowing that they had accomplished something truly remarkable. They knew that there were still challenges and obstacles ahead, but they were ready to face them head-on, armed with the power and strength of the Sun God. Chapter 12: The Dark Forest. As Alex, Aria, and Finn continued their journey, they found themselves at the edge of a dark and foreboding forest. The trees were twisted and gnarled, and the air was thick with a sense of foreboding. The trio knew that they had to cross the forest to reach their destination, but they also knew that the journey would be perilous. The forest was said to be haunted by spirits and creatures of the dark, and many who had entered had never returned. As they entered the forest, they felt a chill run down their spines. They heard the cackling of witches and the howling of wolves, and they knew that they were in for a tough journey. As they walked deeper into the forest, they encountered a group of goblins who were blocking their path. The goblins were armed with sharp weapons and seemed intent on causing harm to the trio. Alex used his enchanted rose staff to create a powerful barrier, while Aria and Finn used their staffs to launch powerful attacks at the goblins. They fought fiercely, using their skills and teamwork to overcome the goblins' fierce attacks. As they defeated the goblins, they continued their journey deeper into the forest, facing new challenges and obstacles at every turn. They came across giant spiders, vicious wolves, and dark spirits, each of which was more powerful than the last. But through their strength and determination, they persevered, and finally, they emerged from the forest victorious. As they left the forest, they knew that they had faced one of their toughest challenges yet, and they were stronger for it. They knew that there would be more challenges ahead, but they were ready to face them head-on, armed with the power and strength they had gained from their journey through the dark forest. The Quest for the Enchanted Rose. Chapter 13: The Forbidden City. After their grueling journey through the dark forest, Alex, Aria, and Finn finally arrived at their destination, the Forbidden City. The city was said to be a place of immense power and knowledge, but it was also shrouded in mystery and danger. As they approached the city gates, they were met by a group of guards who demanded to know their business. The trio explained that they had come in search of knowledge and power, and the guards reluctantly let them enter. As they walked through the city, they saw ancient ruins and buildings that seemed to have stood the test of time. They were amazed by the intricate carvings and sculptures that adorned the city walls and buildings. As they walked deeper into the city, they came across a large temple that seemed to be the center of the city's power. The temple was guarded by powerful warriors who seemed to be imbued with the power of the gods. The trio knew that they had to enter the temple if they were to find the knowledge and power they sought. But they also knew that the temple was heavily guarded and that the journey inside would be treacherous. Using their skills and teamwork, they managed to sneak past the guards and enter the temple. Once inside, they found themselves face to face with a powerful mage who seemed to be the guardian of the city's knowledge and power. The mage challenged them to prove their worth, and the trio was forced to battle a series of powerful illusions that tested their skills and intelligence. But through their teamwork and determination, they managed to overcome the illusions and impress the mage with their skills. As a reward, the mage granted them access to the city's knowledge and power, and the trio emerged from the temple stronger and wiser than ever before. As they left the city, they knew that they had gained a powerful weapon, but they also knew that they had to use it wisely. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, armed with the knowledge and power of the Forbidden City. Chapter 14: The Final Showdown. With the knowledge and power of the Forbidden City in their possession, Alex, Aria, and Finn set out on their final mission, to defeat the evil sorcerer and save the kingdom from his tyranny. They knew that the sorcerer was powerful and that the battle ahead would be their toughest yet. But they also knew that they had the strength and determination to overcome him. As they approached the sorcerer's stronghold, they were met by his army of minions, who were intent on stopping them at all costs. But the trio was prepared, and they launched a fierce attack, using their skills and teamwork to defeat the minions and make their way deeper into the stronghold. Finally, they came face to face with the sorcerer himself. He was powerful and menacing, and he seemed to radiate dark energy. The battle that followed was intense, with the sorcerer launching powerful spells and attacks at the trio. But they were ready, and they used their newfound knowledge and power to counter his attacks and weaken his defenses. Finally, they managed to strike a powerful blow, and the sorcerer was defeated. The kingdom was saved, and the people rejoiced. As they emerged from the sorcerer's stronghold, they knew that they had completed their mission. They had faced countless challenges and obstacles, but they had never given up, and they had emerged victorious. But they also knew that their journey was not over. There would always be new challenges and obstacles to face, and they were ready to face them head-on, armed with the strength and determination that had gotten them this far. As they walked into the sunset, they knew that they had become true heroes, and that their story would live on for generations to come. Chapter 15: The Aftermath. With the sorcerer defeated and the kingdom saved, Alex, Aria, and Finn had become heroes in the eyes of the people. They were celebrated and honored wherever they went, and they knew that their journey had made a difference in the world. But as they settled into their new lives, they also knew that they had changed. The challenges and obstacles they had faced had tested them in ways they never thought possible, and they had emerged stronger and wiser for it. Alex had learned the true value of teamwork and trust, and he knew that he could never have made it this far without the support of Aria and Finn. Aria had learned to trust her own instincts and to embrace her unique talents, and she knew that she had the power to make a difference in the world. And Finn had learned to face his fears and to overcome his doubts, and he knew that he had the strength to face any challenge that came his way. As they sat together, reflecting on their journey, they knew that they had become more than just friends. They had become a family, bound together by the trials and tribulations they had faced. And as they looked to the future, they knew that their journey was far from over. There would always be new challenges and obstacles to face, and they were ready to face them head-on, armed with the strength, knowledge, and power that they had gained on their journey. But for now, they were content to bask in the glory of their victory, knowing that they had made a difference in the world and that their story would live on for generations to come. They were heroes, and they knew that their journey had only just begun. And that's the end of our adventure fantasy and romance story. We hope you enjoyed following Alex, Aria, and Finn on their journey through a world of magic and danger. From battling fierce creatures to facing their deepest fears, our heroes have shown us that anything is possible if you believe in yourself and your friends. We hope this story has inspired you to face your own challenges with courage and determination, and to always remember the power of love and friendship. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey, and we'll see you in the next one.